Hi, look, Yanis here. I make a little bit this video for you regarding the two major issues you have on your boiler, just to try to explain you with a little graphic diagram, and then you can take your time to understanding. If you have any questions, you can give me a call back, you can send me a message, or you can send me a video or whatever. Just let you know, I will concentrate on two issues. The first one is the dripping on the tan dish we have got from expansion valve on the unvented hot water cylinder, which is here, and also for the fault code F22 on the glowworm we have. And let's start for the first problem on the boiler, which is the F22. When we have the F22, the boiler understands that we have low water pressure. Actually, it does not have any sensor to understand the water low pressure. Actually, it has just some temperature sensors on the flow and the return, which is fitted exactly here. Temperature sensor 1, temperature sensor 2. And if they see this delta, which is temperature sensor 1, which is the flow, the 2, minus the temperature sensor 2, which is the return, if this delta is more than 20 degrees Celsius, then say to the boiler, please stop to working until someone's coming here and press the reset button manually. That's the only sensors we have on this boiler. We don't have any flow sensor, and we don't have any water pressure switch or water pressure sensor. In this case, in this boiler, this is the glowworm heating only boiler, the boiler we're talking about now. As a result, we have to check if we have any restriction, because we checked the water pressure, it was 1.5 bar, which is an absolutely amazing temperature. And in this case, for your system, we have to be less than 3 bar, equal or less than 3 bar. We are 1.5, and bear in mind, when the system getting hotter, this pressure getting slightly high, and when the system getting colder, this pressure getting slightly smaller. As a result, I can confirm, since the boiler I service as well, that the water pressure on the circulation system, which is this one we're gonna discuss right now, it is stable. That means we don't have any leaking and everything is fine. Also, we have the bypass valve. This bypass valve, what that does, for some reason, if this one stopped working, and the system is shut, straight away we give another technical path, depends on the temperature and the flow, and the water circulate in the water until the temperature goes down, and we still have the correct delta in this case. This one, it was also brand new, the pressure it was also good. The only other thing I can imagine, it will be the circulation pump. The circulation pump, it was more than 20 years old. That's why I decided to change this one today. I'm quite positive that that's going to be the problem, but we have to follow up, and we have to give minimum 2 weeks to understand that. Now, let's speak a little bit about the rest of the system, and let's speak also about the expansion vessel and the dripping on the tan dish. As I mentioned, it's something serious, not urgent to fix it today, but it's something I recommend, of course. Don't leave it for more than 2 months. And let's see why that's happened. On the unvented hot water cylinder, here is full of water, and here coming the coil for the cell drain heating, and heat up the water. When the water heating up, the size, the volume of the water getting slightly bigger. This is the 4% on the every 100 liters. I think your cylinder, it's roughly about 250, 240 liters. That means the size is roughly about 10% more. So if this one heated up from 210 liters, we're gonna have 10% let's say 2.5 liters, oh no, 1 second, 4% is going to be roughly about 5 to 6 liters, because it's 4%. Again, this expansion of the cell, the white one now, not the red one, behave with the same way. When the water is cold, this one going down, and when the water getting hot, this one going up. And this one, because it's up and down, keep the system in balance. Now, if this one stopped working because the air gap, as you mentioned, is not exist anymore, unfortunately the excess of the water has to go from TPRV out, or can go from the expansion valve out here and dripping. I check is not from the TPRV, the only excess coming from here. As you mentioned, if somehow we charge back air into the system, maybe we can stop this issue to happen. Yes, we can stop this one if all the system is brand new, because the time with the expansion valve start to open, unfortunately with the lamp scales never seal back properly, and let by also damage the one-way valve here, so we lose the ability, because it's combi valve means it's reducing valve as well, lose the ability to keep the system in balance on 3 bar. And in this case we have to replace first of all the expansion of the cell, the flexible pipe, and also the combi valve. That's the 3 things, the critical things we have to replace. If it was for example something we do now and replaced, every year we have to fit another service valve underneath of this one. I don't have one to show you, which actually disconnect the expansion of the cell from the cylinder, and we can charge with a pump air or nitrogen and check if we have the 3 bar, which has to be as well in balance with the 3 bar expansion valve here, 3 bar pressure, sorry, inlet pressure here. This is 6 bar expansion valve. Right, so one more time, we have 2 separate circuits. One is the circulation of water which is going through the radiators in the coil and come back to the boiler, and another system is the water actually we do the wash, do the shower, brush the teeth, and we call potable water, the water which actually we can drink as well. And that's why those ones are slightly more expensive than the classic expansion of the cells, because those ones are inox, they have different rubber stuff, and everything has to be regulated from L regulations, the water regulations, the water building regulations. So one more time, as the water getting hot, the size going 4% bigger, and if we cannot take this expansion through the expansion of the cell, which you have 24 liters, then this one has to go safely directly outside in order to protect our system. And in this case, on the fault F22 on the glowworm, because we have the bypass valve brand new, I'm positive that 22 mil pipes, they don't have any blockage here. The only old thing, it was the valve diverter, the circulation pump, and the expansion of the cell also, and the pressure relief pipe, it was in the perfect condition. So the only thing it's actually missing is this one, but we have to confirm. Sometimes, why I say we have to confirm, because it's not going to be any other problem externally. The next problem, it will be on the boiler, if the problem still exists. I don't think so is going to be any problem with the boiler. Don't get me wrong, we have to confirm. Any questions, please let me know. Have a good evening.